Welcome, city officials, department personnel, and other distinguished guests. Today's presentation will be focused on the environmental influences on offender trends and patterns. While there are several types of environmental influences on offender trends and patterns, we will discuss four specific influences. These are family environments, physical environments, social environments, and cultural environments. The family environment is considered to be the most influential factor of crime. Those from broken homes tend to have little to no sense of connection within their community. These feelings of not belonging may lead to chaos and crime. An example of this would be the effects of parental abandonment. For the sake of time, we will only discuss the absence of the father. It has been determined that the absence of fathers is detrimental to the psychological development of his children, which is evident in their behavior. The amount of families with absent fathers tends to coincide with the amount of violent crimes. Neighborhoods that house large numbers of families with absent fathers tend to experience high amounts of crime. Scholars from the Heritage Foundation performed an analysis for each state, and the results showed that a 10% increase of single-parent homes leads to a 17% increase in juvenile crime. Our physical environment also has a great influence on crime trends. One theory that reflects this idea is the broken windows theory. Through this theory, we are presented with the thought that community deterioration has the ability to create vulnerable areas that may be considered as potential crime sites. These areas include vacant lots, homes, and other buildings or structures, areas that are used for dumping trash or abandoned cars, and areas with graffiti or other signs of the presence of gangs. According to Barnett and Casper, human social environments encompass the immediate physical surroundings, social relationships, and cultural definitions in which the defined groups of people function and interact. In layman's terms, our social environment is what molds our behavior. We are taught morals, values, and beliefs during early childhood, and this is what facilitates our decision-making. Our social environment is mostly influenced by our peers. We learn accepted behaviors by the people in our lives. Peers that influence an unhealthy and negative relationship tend to coerce the person's decision-making. The person learns what behavior is accepted within their social environment and so behaves that way. Cultural environment refers to the cultural norms of a person's cultural heritage. Cultural norms differ between the different cultures. These differences can influence crime due to the different meanings of terms, misunderstanding, or a person still adhering to the cultural laws, practices, and beliefs associated with their culture when living in another country or region. An example of this would be the cultural differences between China and America. Cultural differences can result in criminal behavior without the person realizing they committed a crime. For example, certain acts are not criminal acts in China but are in America. Some of these are sexual crimes, marital rape, and bribery. If someone with Chinese nationality commits one of these crimes, there is a high chance that they will not fully understand what crime they committed because of their original cultural environment. Tonight we discuss four specific environmental factors that influence offender trends and patterns. These are family environment, physical environment, social environment, and cultural environment. Our discussion was more focused on the negative influences of these particular environments and how they relate to crime. We have learned that violence, broken homes, and absent parents in the family environment lead to a sense of no connection within the family unit or their community. Family environment tends to be the most influential factor of criminal behavior. We covered how our physical environment can create opportunities for crime by applying the broken windows theory. We talked about how our social environment molds our behavior and facilitates our decision-making, a process learned early in childhood and used throughout life. Peer relationships and being subjected to violence plays a vital role in that development. Lastly, we spoke about the differences between cultures and how they impact crimes. With the ever-growing diverse population being seen in every community, we now must think of ways to address these issues. I invite you, our city officials, to not just think, but to jump outside the box. I challenge you to be unique and creative and develop proactive methods that we can apply to today's problems in today's world. Thank you all for coming. Have a beautiful night and stay safe.